you know. So, Smile freaking tried to challenge me since I've been making a fuss about this for a while. He wanted me to try to freaking name off my top 5 freaking most hated Smite characters. Now, I don't know about making a freaking top 5 on the spot. So it was like, you know what, we'll go easy and we'll freaking just make it freaking 5 in general.
What?
So I said 5 is way as well, basically.
Alright, yeah, bet. Alright, I'm gonna start this off. I know we're doing some 5 in drill, but I'm gonna start this off with the Smite, nigga.
What?
Yeah, I already had one for Smite anyway.
Well, you know what? If we share mutuals, then cool. Roll with it.
Oh, we wasn't sharing?
Go ahead.
Alright. Who's that sleepy nigga?
My man. Kumbhakarna. That bitch ass.
We done already got started.
Good. That's
Let
it.
us segue into that because if you hadn't caught it already, the two of them share that. It used to annoy me at first, but it's whatever now.
So, people, there is a character in Smite called Kumbhakarna, the Sleeping Giant. Right. And, long story short, he's a bitch ass nigga. But that's that's not a fair amount of coverage of the character. But basically, he is the king of crowd control. The king. It's in Smite. He is the god of crowd control.
That should be his real claim to fame then.
Right, basically.
King
But
of
long story short,
crowds.
the most annoying thing about Kumbhakarna is his passive. Being that he's a tank, it's already hard enough to kill a tank quickly, that is. So his passive is that when his HP reaches 0, remember the title he has, the Sleeping Giant. When his HP reaches 0, he doesn't die. He goes to sleep. And
Snore, niggas.
And you have to hit him at least when he's level 5, when he first gets a point in that ability, you have to hit him like 6 times? Yeah, 6 times.
Something like that.
5 or 6 times at that point while he's asleep to actually kill him. And if you don't, within I think 8 seconds, then he wakes back up at like 25% health.
And also, he can use like his yawn, I think, when he's sleeping, which will stun you, or like whatever. There's another term.
He has an ability where he yawns, and it basically, it's effectively a stun, but it's something called mesmerize. But for the basis of the explanation, we're gonna call it a stun. But he has a stun where he basically walks up and yawns, and anybody that's in an area around him when he yawns will get stunned for X amount of seconds. So, like I said, he goes to sleep for 8 seconds when he reaches 0 HP. You have to hit him at max rank for his passive. When he's at level 20, you have to hit him like 10 times to actually kill him after the fact. And that's not including minions sprinkling some damage on you. That's not including his other teammates trying to protect him from dying. Right? So you have to basically go through a series of gauntlets to even get to him to attack him and actually kill him. And on top of that, while he's sitting down asleep, it makes sense as a part of his lore, but he can yawn and stun you for 3 of those 8 seconds to stall, basically. Now, if that's not the makings of an annoying character, I don't know what it is.
I mean, his passive is freaking annoying, but it's like, I don't know, it's like, it's one of those matters where it's another group, like a freaking team group up type of deal. Then I'm pretty sure if everybody groups up in early game, they can knock him. But I mean, you have those rare cases where he'll freaking slip away. Yeah. And especially if his team is watching his back and they freaking crowd control you, and then he gets a freebie and gets the heck out of dodge.
Basically.
So
then he has another little dash ability where he can he'll hit minions and knock them back, and the minions become projectiles that can hit people. And I think that's more of a style move. I think Derek actually killed somebody with that.
Yeah. Probably.
And then his ultimate, I think it's like giant uppercut, something like that.
Creative.
It's something like that. But he basically dashes forward, hits you with this his what is it, a mallet club, his giant club.
Depending on the skin.
Depending on the skin and the outfit he has on. But he hits you with his weapon and it knocks you up in the air. And you don't take any damage when he hits you. You go up in the air, going up, then you get to the top, and then you fall down. And when you hit the ground, you take the damage then. And any allies that are in that general like blast radius of you falling get knocked back and take damage as well. And his general like
everybody get got.
Everybody get got.
If
Kumbhakarna catches you by yourself, you are not going anywhere. And I forgot his other ability. I think it's just 3. He picks the mallet up, the club up, and he just slams it on the ground and then roots you in place.
Maybe I don't mind it all that much because most of I play a couple characters that counter that easily. Yeah. The best one, in my opinion, being Ganesh, because you could either silence him or punch walk him before the hammer comes down.
Yeah, but
hashtag punch walk.
In a general cases, if you're coming across Kumbhakarna, he's gonna do one of 2 things. He's either going to initiate with the hammer, get you rooted in place. You rooted there for like 1 or 2 seconds. As soon as you get unrooted, he's gonna walk up, yawn on you, put you back to sleep for like 2 or 3 seconds. But the kicker is the moment you take damage from his yawn, then you wake back up. But anyway, even without that, if his other teammates haven't already killed you by having him apply those 2 amounts of CC to you, then he ults you, knocks you up in the air, and then that's usually it. That's usually a wrap.
Isn't there a saying about somebody really, truly disliking something? The more they talk about it, or the more they can say.
What's that?
I don't know. It just feels like there's one because you've been freaking going off on him for almost a nice little bit.
But this is his top 5 right now.
Well, what, my top 5? All right, bet.
Well, I mean, you share one, so I mean, you could cut it down there.
Yeah. So you got 4 left. I got 4 left.
All right,
I still got 5, but like, god dang it.
All right. Well, these next 4 are going to be personal, and I'm going to go in off on them. Let's see. We're gonna go recent for those ones. Street Fighter 5. We all know we all knew I was gonna say that.
Ticket. We're strictly Smite here, bruh.
Smite?
Yes.
I don't know anybody else on Smite. I thought
you only know the person you hate.
I only know him because when Smile told me about it, I was like, this nigga just sounds too annoying.
Only know the person you hate.
I only know the nigga.
I only know the person you hate.
See, if that's the case, then Baron here is excluded from this specific countdown, and it'll go from me to Lotus.
I almost want him to freaking talk about Abigail. I almost want him to. I'm about to. You know what? After he finishes this, then he can talk about Abigail.
All right, bet.
Go ahead, Lotus. Your top 5 hated.
Well, I don't know.
We
don't have a top 5. Like it's a no particular order type of thing. Okay, and. Let me see. List is right here. Honestly,
sorry.
Then you're cool.
You made an actual list?
Yeah,
bro, he
I
made
did.
a list.
Freaking and Larry, you all right? Then, cause Larry done violated rule number 11 several times today. That joke have been tapping the table like it's freaking Raijin drums, man. All right.
Anyway,
but much like he said, this is personal too. A freaking, cause I know people gonna be like, well, you can count this character with. Let me tell you something. Before I even get to this, and I'm sorry I'm putting a disclaimer in front of this, 'cause I be getting straight to the list though, but I feel like there are just some characters in games, period. Doesn't have to be about just Smite. Doesn't have to be just about like fighting games or whatever. Just any game involving, competitive and characters. I feel like there's some characters that are just anti more so the person, the player, than the character they play. Anti, because like, there's a difference between like being like, anti my character and being anti me then. Like, for instance, let's say you have a character that's a well-balanced character. They can play defense and they can play super offense. It depends on you or whatnot. If you like to be super aggressive, then a character can be super anti-freaking you. Anti-your type of aggression type of character. Just saying. But anyway.
I think I already know most of the countdown, too.
He probably does. There is no countdown. It's just 5. No particular order. Because you can't freaking rate trash, honestly. Trash is trash.
boy.
Alright. Let me get it out the way. The first one I'm going to get out the way because screw you, freaking high res, for freaking forcing this crap on me then. I had to play this character for your stupid Odyssey mission. First on the list is Zeus.
Zeus.
I'm just gonna let me work on my brevity skills here and try to at least hit the points with these characters that annoy me the most. Then Zeus, his freaking chain lighting is the dumbest thing ever. Like, there will be times like Because I understand, he's using, I think, like, his little shield throw and his chain lightning are usually, like, his favorite minion clears for the most part. Mm-hmm. Minion clears. Okay, I understand there's supposed to be minion clears, and, you might be able to use them in offense against another enemy god, but I didn't think it could double like that. I mean, it's a difference between Neith shooting her arrow, and it goes through the minions, and it hits an enemy god on the side. I have to aim that. Zeus practically doesn't. It's like I'm standing several freaking in-game meters from a minion wave, and I'm still getting caught with that.
Yep.
How?
He'll hit the top of the minion wave, chain all the way to the back of the minion wave, hit 3 people, and still hit Lotus.
It's like, that makes no sense. It's like, that right there, I don't even know what's more ridiculous, that or freaking, I almost said the wrong name of the god. Neja's rings. Because those things are ridiculous, honestly, even though I still like that character. But Neja's rings are ridiculous.
Especially since they added bounces to it.
And I think it can multi-hit certain people depending on where he throws it.
It depends. Like, it'll multi-hit people if there's... If it hits you and there's one other person standing next to you.
The fact we have no consistency with this just proves it. And on top of that, they buff Zeus. Why? We explained
this. They buffed the chain lightning.
We explained this in the first episode. The guy is blowing up people, not minions, enemy gods, with freaking 4 items, and now he's gonna be blowing them up in 2, 3 maybe. A modest 3. Just to not sound like the little scrubs that are 3 items. If he builds the right 3. Soul Reaver being one of them. I understand he has no escape then, but it's just like freaking playing Dawson in Street Fighter and complaining about getting punched in the face. Dawson is not aggressive and can escape. And Ronald's stirring up because I went back to Street Fighter. Don't worry, he's freaking crap.
No, I'm just imitating you. I'm just imagining Dawson throwing out his yoga arms bullshit. Bro, how did they give him one of the best buttons in that whole series? This nigga just pressed one button and he covers the whole screen. I would have been alright if I had to put input direction. Lord. But no. Alright, no. Before I even get on my tirade, by the way, I hate Zeus as well. Not because of Smite, but because he's just a dick in general.
You really like that, man. Alright. Anyways. Number freaking 2 over here. This might be a little controversial, but I don't freaking care. Now, I'm not even gonna freaking give an introduction for him. You can't introduce trash like that. You really can't. You only talk about it. Number 2 is Xbalanque.
Woo! Who's Xbalanque again?
Xbalanque is the freaking idiot that turns off all the life, Papaganda las Usas, on you, and that freaking Mayan clock starts ticking, and if you're freaking moving, you get freaking stunned.
Oh yeah, fuck that nigga too.
The main thing I don't like is I feel like what his passive just annoys me. A permanent stack.
He permanently gets stronger per kill.
It's like
it stacks up to 6 or 7 times.
Sounds like an item if you ask me. Then sounds almost like how Smite incorporated these evolved items, like evolved. What is it? Rage? Yeah, evolved Rage. Soul Reaver. No, Soul Eater. My bad. Shout outs to Soul Eater fans. Then Sid Barrett was my first cosplay at my first AWA, 2011.
Bro, the anime was trash.
It was okay.
Alright, the ending to the anime was trash.
Silence! I'm just opening the door to topics for him right now. But anyways, yeah. And freaking my favorite, Shaman's Ring. Kiss my Shaman's Ring. Anyways, it's like that's like an item passive, and then on top of that, he can actually, if I'm playing, or if he's with the Ganesh, then he's getting stacks off the fact Ganesh is freaking getting the kills in. He's bestowing the kills to him, and he's getting this freaking passive stack. Ganesh can even freaking activate your Blood Forge if you got it, if he bestows the kill to you.
Side information, everybody. The character he's speaking of just has a simple passive that if any ally is near him, if Ganesh was to get a kill, then he would give the kill to that ally. So basically, he can stack the shit out of Xbalanque.
It's like, and the character just gave me trouble, and then it's like he's just annoying, honestly. Like, doesn't he have like poisonous? Like, he's got poisonous freaking venomous arrows. I think that slow you down. Mm-hmm. He has a slow of some sort. I know he does. Mm-hmm. It's like his lockdown potential is like almost Artemis-like then. Almost. Except for the fact that he just freaking shuts the lights off on everybody. But at least with this list, or at least, well, not list, but at least with this character, I guess I've gotten better at managing him. I don't know what the heck has happened to him. I just more so hate that passive and the fact it's attached to him, honestly.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, honestly. It's ridiculous.
I mean, shit, him and Odin basically got the same thing. I don't think Odin's is as strong.
Odin has to freaking, well, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Odin has to kill people in his cage.
Yeah, his cage is not up, constantly going then. The passive is a constant. That's what I always saw passives. That passives are almost like constants in the game. Sort of like constants, basically. A constant ability, depending on, I guess, the character, because, you know, there are some things with certain passives you have to trigger, but, I mean...
Yeah, some are tied to it.
But between those two, then I feel like freaking Odin has a much more tougher time earning it, especially seeing that they nerfed Odin, but I digress.
Oh, number 3.
Bacchus.
Uh-oh, Bacchus.
Bacchus.
Who's Bacchus?
A drunken, freaking, idiotic, over
the god of wine,
drunken bastard, drunken bastard.
Boy, y'all can hear that.
Drunken bastard. Then it's like, so. Here's the thing. When I first got into this game, I learned that at least certain characters like Ymir can get away with just building straight damage, because Guardians in that game are supposed to build tons and tons of defense. But I've learned characters like Ymir can actually get away with it, and that's simply because Ymir has good tools, basically. He has good tools to get himself out of a situation. He can wall you off and get some footing, like freeze you or wall you off and get some footing and slow you down, because I think his passive itself is just pretty much slowing people down. Like, it's one big, gigantic gem of isolation. But in this case, with Bacchus, to me, does ridiculous amounts of, like, even for just the, haven't we seen, like, Bacchus's where he's, like, building defense and he's still freaking doing tons of damage to us? He's freaking, he's hitting like a literal, as we call it, a fat mage. A literal fat mage. Like, I think he might be the powerhouse, maybe second to Kabrakan as far as Guardians go. I don't freaking know.
I think I'll get second to Ymir.
But his gimmick, his little belly flopping gimmick, like, and I hate that ult. That ult is garbaggio. Because far as I'm concerned, he's got a freebie. And then, like, his freaking belching crap has the range of what I would like to think most mage moves kind of do. Like, it almost matches... If freaking Medusa's freaking venom hits these people, then it spreads, honestly. But
and it has anti-healing properties.
Well, I don't know. Because I don't know. I think I played... Do any other Guardians have anti-healing?
I don't know. I have to look.
I don't think so. I think... Because I know Neith has it with the little freaking... Her little health stealing. But... I just don't like... Bacchus... And also, like, here's a little belt, like, not many Guardians from what I've seen have all that good escapes, to be honest. They're all right to subpar. Now, Ardeo, I think, has a pretty good one. Athena has a really good one.
Chalk in situations.
Chalk's not really a tanky.
Well, no, he's not a Guardian, I forgot.
He's a tanky warrior, I'll give him that, but nevertheless. Fafnir has a good escape.
Dinesh.
Okay, it's kind
well, they're short, but it's
Punch Walk's kind of short comparatively. Punch Walk's pretty freaking short.
Hashtag Punch Walk.
Yes. But it's like that, like, Bacchus, he can just really get out of a situation almost better than any other Guardian that I can think of, maybe with the exception of Fafnir. And Xingqian, because when I used to actually play a whole lot of Xingqian, I thought his little freaking double chop and jump was actually too freaking good for somebody who's supposed to be, you know, a Guardian, somebody who really isn't supposed to have all that good escapes and is supposed to just kind of tank through any type of freaking problem. But Bacchus is annoying as crap, I'm sorry. Bacchus is annoying, quite honestly. It's like, I could sit here and freaking keep talking about it, but it would get freaking repetitive. It's just... Forget that character, man. I'm actually doing pretty well with this because already on 4, on average, when I would make a face melting, We wouldn't even be that far down the list, though. Once again, number 4. Hi-Rez, you forced this crap on me, man. You gotta stop forcing me to play characters that I don't want to play. Kill that mess. Number 4, Habwa, Hebo, whatever the heck.
The dude made out of water. There's a water spout in a shotgun cannon, like a watery shotgun cannon.
Alright, before I go off, which one is it? The freaking geyser. Which one is it? 1, 2, or 3?
The geyser is his 3.
That is the dumbest move in the...
No.
That is the dumbest...
I have to give it to his 1.
That is the...
I gotta give it to
Oh,
his
we getting there. We getting in there. We getting to that. We are getting to that. That range, like, okay, I understand. Mages, for the most part, with the exception of 2 of them, Alquang and Freya, are supposed to be ranged. I understand that totally. Even Freya on and off can be ranged. Freya is the more eclectic of the mages. She can play close range and can be far, but I think most Freyas prefer to be distant. But that is, because it's like, it hits from so far. It's frustrating. It's like, because people always say, all you gotta do with a Habwa is freaking lock them down and you're good. Well, it's like I have to watch my step. Shout outs to, I'll go ahead and spoil it, an honorable mention, because I freaking hate Giannis as well. But, it's like, that mess hits too far for me, honestly. Like, the way I sometimes poke around when it comes to playing with a mage, I'll sometimes, like, if I want to harass them, I'll get, like, midfield, like, I'll kind of dance, like, right next to maybe my warriors or whoever's in the front line, and I'll kind of just, throw a little bit of something out, peck and poke, clear the minions, whatever. He doesn't have to take that many steps forward to just freaking clean your freaking lower body, honestly. Like, you getting clean with some good old Tide, even though it's not freaking, Poseidon, I almost called him Neptune.
Or as our friend calls it, his little water spout, our friend Chai Deviant calls it the bidet jutsu.
Yeah.
The what?
Bidet. You don't know what that is?
Tell him to jump in the party and ask Derek. Anyways.
No. I know what it is. I had to rehear it. Fuck.
Never knew humans were this filthy on this planet. I really don't. But I really didn't know. But anyways, yeah, that mess hits way too far. I freaking hate that move because it's all because I should have looked at this a little closer because I wonder if that move has the smallest of the cooldowns in this freaking kit. Because if it it's the one? Yes. It's the one? Okay, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. But let me get off that. But I just freaking hate the freaking poking range of that. It's like, he literally could, a freaking douchey Habwa could just, space that nicely well or whatever, then just disperse the team, just pop up, and freaking Habwa is just almost serving up freaking stuff to people like freaking a Wheelix.
You know what the worst part of it is?
What is it?
What the direction that you're moving in, when he knocks you up, you'll move up in that direction.
Yes. But that mess is he does that mess, it does a freaking chunk of freaking damage. And then let me go ahead and get on this one because he's want to get on that. Then I don't care what, because apparently the guys came across somebody talking about some, Hebo is not freaking broken. It's just he uses his entire kit, and that makes it seem like he's OP. No, that freaking one does Discordia damage.
3-second cooldown.
3
with no
seconds.
cooldown items.
3 seconds of that crap. It's like, this is why I don't believe in a freaking tier list. Like, that character, they're saying he was on the bottom half, is like, get out of here. That character is annoying. And then it's like, he doesn't have a solid escape like most characters. Not only does he actually have one, technically, but it also serves as a segue for his teammates as well. And guess what? Slows you down too, hombre. You're slowed. It ain't even like freaking, I'm running away like I'm faster than you because I'm on a carpet. No, I'm faster than you because I'm on this and you ain't invited. This is the blue freaking wet carpet and you wasn't invited to the after party. You can't go to the hobble pool party, whatever the heck. Stop this mess. Jokes aren't even getting anywhere with this. Number 5.
Uh-oh.
This bull freaking crap. Freaking character.
Uh-oh.
Boy.
Alright.
Is it Joe Budden?
Oh, hush. Stop acting like Ronald and freaking spoiling the end of the freaking story then. You know what it is. Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I don't.
Let me get on straight into this then. The assassin camp, honestly. I understand assassins are supposed to 1-2 hit you and quit it. Not like that, but, you know, you're a done deal.
He didn't pick just a
You're a
single
done
guy.
deal.
He picked the whole
You're
class.
no. See, you're not even. See. Once again, you're jumping ahead of the story. You're tripping over your own shoelaces, bruh. Anyways, this freaking character. Cutting to the chase, then. Last character in top 5, Hun Bats. Hun freaking Bats. Okay. Main thing is freaking, you know what, 2 things. Number 1 is ultimate. The most annoying freaking, I can't even call it an earworm because that's audio stuff. The most ugliest annoying canker sore freaking ever. That mess has the range of freaking...
It's about the size of a Cupido.
Yes! And it's like, that's almost with anybody, because think about it. The freaking Hun Bats is not going to go for the tanks.
He finna pick off.
That mess in itself might as well just blow you up. Like, it shouldn't even fear you. It should blow you up then. And it was especially crap then in that adventure mode with freaking Kukulkan Khan hanging from there, and areas of the freaking arena would crumble down, and you could get environmental kills a la Overwatch in it, and freaking Hun Bats, everybody's in the middle trying like, oh, I'm gonna throw you over. No, I'm gonna get to the freaking center and you're freaking fearing it, walking off then. You're freaking doing that mess. You're walking off, you feared. You're not as scared of freaking him. Well, matter of fact, no, you are scared of him. You're so scared of him that you didn't realize the biggest fear is of falling.
To better clarify the ultimate.
Bullcrap.
He puts down a drum and starts playing the drum. And
He starts playing the Migos mixtape is what he plays.
basically.
Aye.
But he basically is, if you're in that area, you're feared. And when you're feared, you run in a random direction. You can't run, you can't use an ability or an escape or anything. You just move in a random direction. And during that point, he can attack you. He can basically beat your ass while you're taunted and dancing and whatever.
And what's his passive? Like, he gets crit for, like, freaking free crit or something like that?
He gets extra crit chance every time he uses an ability.
I'm sitting here gesturing with the hands like, what is that? That's all I can say is, what is that? What is this character? And then it's like, see, I wouldn't mind him that much if he did not have a mobility-based move. But he does!
Got 2, technically.
No, which one? Well, yeah, but there's one that sticks out above them all then. Because imagine, I don't know. I'm only saying just because, like, as an assassin, he's very glassy, but he's not going to freaking pound the ground and then possibly do that mess and get away with it. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's happened before. But everybody seems to love doing his old little monkey freaking teleport, a la his version of a blink, if you will, and then does that mess. Like, never.
For the non-Smite players, his 3, I want to say, he tosses a small monkey out and it bounces off of targets. And the last target it hits, he can teleport to it. So, yes, he has Blink for free.
Almost every freaking couple of seconds. Because I know Blink as a relic takes hella time to come back.
Takes 2 minutes.
2 minutes. What is this?
Ooh.
On that note, I'm done, man. Get this,
Ooh.
get this mess out of my face. Get this.
Now
mess.
we get to go on to Smile's top 4, because I already got rid of Kumbhakarna. Me and Ronald's mutual hatred. But
Bang bang.
now we get to go on to my top 4 most hated, right? Smite characters. Since we already did number 5, we gonna skip straight to number 4. Number 4 is motherfucking Loki. For those of you who don't know, I'm gonna lay down the bare aspects of his kit right now. Imagine you got an assassin. His passive, if he attacks somebody in the back, he do extra damage. Okay, cool. Guess what? First ability, he can turn invisible. If he attacks somebody out of invisibility, he does extra damage. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna go invisible and then attack somebody in the back. So I get to come out of invisibility damage and the back attack damage. Second ability, it's okay. He makes a little decoy, which is mainly made to distract minions. And then it explodes, which also does damage if you're standing in it. But that's besides the point. That's more of a mind games thing he does while he's invisible. So, his third ability, he buffs himself. He does a damage boost to his basic attacks. So, let's see. I'm going to go invisible. Then, I'm going to buff my basic attacks. And then, I'm going to attack you in the back. So, I'm attacking you in the back for extra damage. I'm coming out of invisibility for the extra damage. And I just use my 3 that gives me even more extra damage. But wait a minute. There's his ultimate. Get this. He automatically teleports to you and stabs you in the back. So, the basic bread and butter, Loki go invisible, may or may not throw a decoy out there for no reason, maybe just do some mind games on you. He uses buff, and then he'll ult you in the back and proceed to shred the shit out of you. If the ult doesn't kill you, then his next preceding basic attack will kill you. And on top of that, when he uses his 3, when he basic attacks off his 3, he applies a bleed. So if you somehow manage by the grace of the gods to survive the ult and a single basic attack and manage to run away, the bleed is going to kill you and you're going to bleed to death. It's so freaking annoying. If you're playing anybody that's not a tank, then fear Loki. Fear him.
And as he told me when I was first freaking playing the game, if you are low on health, assume that he's coming for you every time.
Assume that. Run away.
Even if it's not the case, assume. But you probably already know that.
Oh my goodness.
Loki, I mean, Go on ahead. Go ahead.
Now that we got that filth flying filth out of the way, now we can move. Now we can move on to the next one, who is also an assassin. Motherfucking son of Odin, Thor. Another son of Odin.
Wow. Honorable mention on my side, because, that character is...
Anyway.
I think you just say the Odin brothers, don't you?
Essentially. Okay. So, another basic bear lay down in his ability kit. Passive. Basically, the more people that are around him, the more enemies that are around him, the more damage he does. So
that's why he be freaking hammering. That's why they tell me.
So basically, if you try to gang up on him, he gonna kill at least one person, and mortally wound one more.
Bullcrap. That's bullcrap.
Then, first ability, simple. He throws his hammer, Mjolnir, throws it, and then it comes back to him. Now, at any point between the throw cycle of that hammer, he can teleport to that hammer, right? Which is already annoying enough. So he basically has an attack that's also a free escape.
Or engage.
He's
gonna escape with
He's
that.
gonna escape.
He's gonna escape
so,
with that.
Then, his 2. He slams the hammer into the ground and makes like a short wall of spikes that pops up. And if the wall hits you, then you're stunned. Right? And then, of course, it also obstructs the area that you can move in. That's already annoying enough because the wall is really fucking long. So he can skill shot you from a good little distance away, right? Then his third ability is the Berserker Barrage. And no, I'm not talking about Wolverine from Marvel 3. he basically just spins around with the hammer, and that takes off massive chunks of health. I mean, massive chunks of health.
Stack it on top of his freaking passive is even more ridiculous.
Then,
all I heard was spin to win.
Wow.
Spin, sugar.
Sure. Spin to win. And then his ultimate.
Spin,
Sugar. He spins the hammer Mjolnir around, and then he launches himself up into the air, right? And he's picking out which chump he's going to try to pick off. And then he just slams down on the ground with the hammer, stunning the person and doing damage to them. Alright, so this is the basic Thor combo, and it pisses me off. He might see him a nice little chump finna get away. He do his ultimate, go up in the air, land on him, stun him, throw the hammer, then put the wall down to stun him again. Let the hammer come back, do more damage, and then hit Berserker Barrage for the finish.
So that's that freaking combo y'all were talking about.
Oh boy, somebody did that to me for the first time when me and Don was playing. That shit made me so bad. There was nothing I could do. He stunned me with the ult, throw the hammer. By the time that stun's done, he puts the wall down, stun me again, and then spin the win.
You know, it's bullcrap because I've probably been hit by that so many times, and it's like, you don't even know you're getting hit by it.
Like, oh,
what's
my
on
goodness.
deck, brother?
Oh. Nah, what is that? Number 2. Number 2.
He actually has them in freaking order. This guy is actually so sophisticated, he can rate trash.
I ain't necessarily rating him, but like I said,
whatever. I'm
just calling him as I see him. Number 2 is the all motherfucking father himself, Odin.
You just hate the whole family.
Basically.
God, Jesus, like
he just freaking.
So Odin here.
You call that one.
So good. So old man Odin. We were briefly discussing his passive. So his passive, actually, he has a new passive.
Yeah.
So his passive by itself is whenever anybody dies around him, he gets a temporary movement speed and damage boost, right? And that's already annoying enough because he's a warrior, so he's a bruiser type of character, and he already has his little leap, so he can cover some good ground with that leap. But on top of that, he's getting extra damage and movement speed whenever somebody dies. That's annoying as fuck. So, the first ability in this damn combo is basically his leap. And it's a simple leap. He jumps, and when he hits the ground, he does damage in the area. Simple enough, right? You would think so. Then, his second ability is where the bread and butter come in. Second ability is called Raven Shout, which is basically a shield that he applies to himself, and after a certain amount of time, the shield explodes, right? He was like, Smile, how could he possibly combo that with any other ability in his kit? Well, let me tell you. We got something in Smite, a term in Smite called the Bird Bomb. And that's basically when Odin puts the shield on and then leaps. Because when he leaps, the damage from the shield, the shield explodes essentially on contact when he leaps. So you're getting leap damage and shield damage combined, which, if you're new to Smite, it's going to kill you.
Point blank simple.
You said what?
Say point blank simple.
Simple. It's going to kill you.
That's pretty much that.
And Odin, even though he's a warrior, he loved playing assassin. Because you might be minding your own business, clearing some minions. Like, gee, I'm glad I'm clearing these minions. There's nobody here to interrupt me. And then, wham! Odin, jump over the wall. And that's the end of your story. Yeah. But then his third ability, this is where it gets even worse. So his third ability, forget what the name of the move is, but he essentially spins around twice with his spear. And it slows the targets that it hits. So, typical combo. Put on the shield. Well, excuse me. Typical combo. Find some chump, some unsuspecting chump. Go hide behind the wall so chump don't see you. Put the shield on. Jump over the wall. Demolish like maybe 90% of his health if he ain't already dead. Then, do your spin to win. That seems to be a thing in the Odin family. spin the wind to slow them down, and then you basically attacking to death. But then, on the off chance that they're still alive, then you got the glorious honor of dying in his cage, which is his ultimate. Yeah. It's fairly straightforward and simple. He just drops a circular cage around himself. And unless you have an escape, some type of leap, not a dash, but unless you have some type of leap or some ability where you go underground or phase through things, then you're stuck in that cage with him until either you die or the cage disappears. And on top of that, you think you maybe pop some potions or have your healers support you? Forget about it, because when you're in that cage, you cannot heal at all. He doesn't reduce your healing; he cuts it out.
Poor Herc.
And then,
poor Herc.
And then, just like Lotus here was discussing Xbalanque and how he gets a permanent buff when he kills somebody. If old man Odin kills somebody in his cage, then he gets a permanent buff, and that stacks up to 10 times.
But at least, like, I'll give him some leeway. You gotta work for that, because nowadays people freaking can be escaping the cages. All the Neiths and the Ganeshes and all of them can escape it. Then I think the reason I don't hate Odin all that much is because most Odins are kind of just freaking one-note jokes, basically. I mean, I know it's like his bread and butter, but still, it's like it's something that everybody sees coming. It's just like freaking a Ryu in a Street Fighter game, basically. Everybody knows his moves. For the most part, they've been kind of consecutive over a bunch of different games. Like, we've seen this bird bomb about 100,000 times. Like, I know freaking a Wheelix be just waiting for him to come back down. But, yeah. Alright, who is the top of the freaking top?
Now, before I get to my number one, just make a little honorable mention, because I don't hate him as much anymore.
More like dishonorable mention, though.
True. I guess you could call it that. But it's also a Norse god. I feel a little better since he missing his hand, you know. But motherfucking Tyr. I used to hate the shit out of Tyr. Used to, until I figured out how predictable Tyrs were.
Used to. Hate
simple rundown. He likes to get behind you and does his dash ability, which pushes you.
Push. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah, he pushes you out of place.
That's all you gotta know.
And then has the team fuck you up.
That's all you gotta know is push. Especially on that freaking same.
So,
remember the freaking Armageddon arena I told you about with Kukulkan and all the freaking falling edges right there? You bet he was picked a whole bunch of times.
So
push.
So what I'm hearing is
pushing it.
He has an elaborate setup for a gangbang.
He's just pushing it, man.
Basically, he pushing it. But I don't hate him as much anymore because Tyrs get very predictable. They will try to boldly walk up and get behind you like you don't see them walking up to them so they can try to push you. That's why I don't hate him anymore, and that's why he's a little dishonorable mention. But boy, my most hated. Boy, when they're on the enemy team, my most hated, most annoying god to deal with. He ain't actually in the Norse Pantheon. He come from the Mayan jungles.
Oh, my bad. I guessed wrong.
Who did you think it was?
I was about to say Al Quang since you've been making a fuss about him lately, but I guess that's more of a new thing. It's more of a recent.
I've been playing with him though. Yeah. It's like a give and take thing with him. But boy comes from the Mayan jungle. And I'm pretty sure his favorite band is The Doors. Motherfucking Cabrakan.
Number one?
You said what?
Number one? Wow.
Oh, boy. I hate God. Boy.
As they call him, Loki Big Brother, since he be freaking playing with you.
Long story short, Cabrakan is, he don't take the top spot for bitch ass nigga, but he up there because, his passive is that he takes 5% less damage overall.
So, screw everything that you do by 5%. If you call yourself
basically,
if you call yourself Mr. 100 or Miss 100%, Miss Right, Mr. Right, whatever, you are only 95% to Cabrakan, and you'll only be 95%. You can't get any higher than that around Cabrakan.
So
you think you're a freaking perfect 10? You're right. Cabrakan says nay.
So basically, Kensai's is 1%. Because, Kensai's have your abilities and basic attacks do 4% of their health and damage. But against the Cabrakan, it's 1%. Since he takes 5% less damage. Just innately. But long story short, Cabrakan is the fuck your face guardian. So, his abilities entail getting these 2 fucking big ass doors on his arms. He'll walk up with extra movement speed, by the way, because there's one, he gets these 2 big doors on his arms, and he just gains movement speed for free, even as a guardian.
That's crazy.
And the first person he hit is stunned.
I've always thought that was crazy how he just gets freaking movement speed.
And yes, it does do a nice little chunk of damage. Then his second ability is this tremor ability. He just gets mad because he missed that fucking Coldplay concert he wanted to go to, and he starts pounding the ground. He just starts hammering into the ground and causing tremors, and it does what it entails. It creates a tremor, which it basically it messes up your movement. You can try to move in a specific direction, but you'll be kind of wibbly wobbly. It's almost like being intoxicated by Bacchus.
Yeah.
And it does damage on that per tick. And he can do it for a very long time. He can do it for 10 seconds. Or until he runs out of mana.
Yeah, I always thought that was crazy. Because when I first played him, it's like he's going on. Like, when can he stop? I mean, yeah, the mana drain is freaking long, but like, that's crazy.
Then, his 3 is another super powerhouse. So, basically what he'll do is he'll take the 2 doors on his arms and he'll just slam them together. Fair enough. It does a little chunk of damage. But, here's the kicker. Since he's a tank, if he absorbs damage, if he absorbs a certain amount of damage while he has these doors out, then when he does that 3 and slams those doors together, he has another stun.
Yeah.
So let's say you came up on Cabrakan like you with an assassin. You was like, yeah, I'm gonna burst you down. I'm gonna get these crits and all this good shit. Yeah, take that. You poking him. He's like, ha 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 ha, and then he hits you with his 1, stun you, and then you try to run away. And he was like, no, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna hit the doors on you a second time, stun you again, and then this is the bread and butter. This is the end all be all. His ultimate. He gets incredibly mad. And he stomps the ground. He says, where you going? And then he stomps on the ground and makes a tectonic like wall in front of him. So I think that's what it's called. It's like tectonic shift or something. But anyway, he makes this half circle wall in front of him when he stomps the ground of rocks and whatnot. And for one, you're walled off at least halfway to where if it was a flat wall like your mirror, you could just go to the left or to the right. But with Cabrakan, to even have a remote chance of getting away from him, you have to go back towards him. And he's waiting for that shit. Oh boy. And on top of that, this tectonic wall stomp does damage as well. So it can kill you. So a typical Cabrakan fight is like, hey, yeah, I'm attacking you, Cabrakan. What's up? I'm finna kill you. And then once again, like I said, he laughs in your face, calls you a puny god, slams you in the face with the 3, gets that stun off. Then you might try to run away. Then he pops his 1. He gets that extra movement speed. He's gaining on you. Hits you with the doors again. And he stuns you. And then, if you're still alive, if by some off chance, by some grace of the gods, you're still alive, he's gonna stomp his foot on the ground like Hulk does in the movies, and then crack the gaps in the ground and make the ground rise up in front of you. And if that doesn't kill you, then he gonna start the ground pounding. And then that usually finishes you off. And that's usually the end of the story.
Either him or his allies will do it then. You know what I always called it when he kills somebody with his freaking ult then? Like he made very freaking ragtag graveyard freaking headstones for you.
Like for real.
Like he just freaking, I can't spell, Kabrakan can't spell, then just put rock right there.
What was on them jokes? He was like,
why did you get cross the road to get away from me?
Ooh, the sound bites on that. Headphone users beware. I was talking about his other joke. He was like,
last mountain I saw like that guy broke it in half.
Woo wee. Headphone users beware. What is that?
I mean, it's too late. Like they're already deaf. He already took out a lot of our fan base now.